I should warn you, some people may be distressed by scenes I'm about to show of a horrible terrorist attack yesterday. The United States, with Australia's help, has been in Afghanistan for 19 years now, ever since we invaded to clean out the Taliban terrorists behind the September 11 terror attacks. But 2 months ago, President Donald Trump said he'd made a peace deal with the Taliban and would start pulling out US troops. He was tired of the fight.
The other side's tired of war. Everybody's tired of war.
In fact, Taliban extremists, or maybe some other terrorist groups, aren't tired of fighting at all. Yesterday, some bombed the funeral of a police officer, killing 28 people, and then stormed a maternity hospital in the capital. The shootout with police lasted for hours, and at least 2 babies and 12 mothers and nurses were killed. I've seen pictures, which I won't show here, of one mother shot while holding her baby. Absolutely barbaric stuff. Now, the Taliban said it didn't do this, but Afghanistan's president says, well, he wants his army to attack. No peace deal.
د بریدونو او تهدیدونو د دفع کولو او د دوی د ځپلو په موخه د هیواد امنیتي او دفاعي ځواکونو ته دستور کوو چې د دفاعي حالت پر ځای برته تعرضي حالت اختیار کړي او دښمن پر وړاندې خپل عملیات پیل کړي.
Joining me is Rodger Shanahan, a research fellow with the Lowy Institute, who specialises in political Islam. Rodger, it's great to catch up with you again. The Taliban has denied responsibility, but I guess they would say that. They don't want Trump to pull out his, stop pulling out his troops. But who do you think did this?
It's always difficult to tell in these circumstances, but you think at the moment the more likely group that is responsible for this is probably Islamic State Khorasan province or Islamic State's affiliate in Afghanistan. It's got more the hallmarks of them rather than the Taliban, but obviously in the next few days the Afghan government will be able to get a better appreciation of who they give responsibility to.
Can you explain to me, Rodger, I mean, I don't get this mindset. Why would they have attacked mothers and babies at a maternity hospital?
Well, it was a general public hospital. It was in a Shia, as far as we're aware, it was in a Shia majority area of Kabul. We've seen this type of occurrence before from Islamic State. Islamic State has had some of its senior leadership detained in the last few weeks and months in Kabul in particular. They've been under the pump, not only from the Afghan government, but also from the Taliban. And, you know, one can only surmise at the moment, but you would assume that this is just another attack against a soft target to show that they have some relevance in the fight at the moment. Yeah, it's tragic, it's barbaric, but this is the mindset of a group that's on the back foot at the moment, and to show that they can still mount some kind of attacks in the country's capital.
Rodger, you've had to spend a lot of time trying to understand that kind of mindset. I can't. What is the thinking that makes men think that this is the right thing to do to advance their cause?
Well, I mean, it's something that everybody tries to grapple with. I mean, what political point are you trying to advance by attacking a hospital? You can only assume that there's several lines of operation they're trying to achieve. One might be to frighten non-Afghan support groups like MSF in this case, to try and support the Afghan national government. The other is to try and show that the Afghan government is weak because it can't protect even maternity sections in public hospitals. I mean, those are the kind of things that you're grappling with to try and understand why somebody would choose this as a target. It's obviously soft. It obviously gives people a great deal of media attention, but that's about as far as you can ascribe motive to. It's very hard to understand the mindset of these people.
Now, what politically is it going to change? Is it going to stop America from withdrawing its troops? Is it going to... What, in fact, is going to happen here?
No, I don't think it's going to have much political effect in the medium term. the US will continue with its drawdown of forces. I mean, we also need to remember that they're bringing them down to the same level that they were there for much of the Obama administration, so they're not withdrawing completely. It's obviously now innovated the Afghan government under President Ashraf Ghani to try and tie the Taliban to this attack by saying that we're now going to go on the offensive. The peace talks have not been going well between the Taliban and the Afghan national government, and the Afghan national government is going to use this as a way of trying to bolster their position in the talks by trying to make some kind of connection. It will have a short-term political effect, but unfortunately, as with all these kind of horrendous attacks, it's not going to have much of a long-term effect on the political situation, but it will have a long-term effect on those people directly affected by these kind of horrendous attacks.